Hey, Traverse City Central hockey fans, welcome to Center Ice.
This week's game is made in memory of Scott Miller. Scott Miller played hockey with the Grand Rapids Hockey Association and later the TCC Central Trojans. He proudly wore the black and gold and had a deep love for the game. Hockey remains an important part of Scott's life through adulthood as he volunteered his time as the director of the local division student ministry. On behalf of the Miller family, it is truly an honor to play in Scott's memory. During this holiday season, we are reminded of the importance of giving, something Scott and I throughout his life. This tournament recognizes those who give their time, talents, and support to positively impact their communities, just as Scott did. We play these games to honor his life and legacy and to continue giving wherever and however we can. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's time. For the Northville Mustangs, on defense, number 9, Jacob Lee. On defense, number 11, Graham Rumba. Up forward, number 13, Ethan Adelsky. Up forward, number 22, Katie Connors. Up forward, number 59, Lucas Gorky. And in goal for the Mustangs, number 29, Andrea Castiglione. Mustangs are coached for the national. And introducing the starting lineup of the Central Trojans. On defense, number 4, Calvin Fusseron. On defense, number 18, Jackson Soper. At forward, number 9, Blake Weaver. At forward, number 19, Graham Peters. And at forward, number 22, Drew Davison. With the goal for the Trojans, number 35, Claire Schlegel.
So they've announced the starting lineups. We're getting ready for the national anthem. And our lovely Danielle Conway's gonna sing it. Woo! Gives me chills. So the boys head to the bench. We've got Klustman, Soper on defense. Peters, Davidson, and Weaver up front. Linesman lines him up, drops the puck. Here we go. Traverse City wins that face-off. Soper puts it up into the Traverse City bench. And we'll get another face-off. Two referees and one linesman for this game tonight. We're glad you're tuning in. Face-off to the left. Traverse City goalie. Trojans not able to get it out of the zone. Northville now controls the puck. Back to the point. They're going to go far side. Shot toward the net. Klusterman sticks it down. Northville picks it up. Shot. And we get a save. Carter Schlegel in goal tonight. One shot on goal so far, one save. 16:26, first period. Face-off, controlled by Traverse City. Burley picks that up, sends it to the point. Shot from the point, blocked by Evan Blazak. Beatty brings it into the zone. Oh, through the middle. Drop to Burley. Burley passes it. Traverse City able to control. They go back to Burley. Burley mishandled the puck. He was just able to get a stick to keep the Northville team from getting a breakaway there. Burley and White out there on defense. Burley goes to Fogelman. Fogelman sends it up. Gets interfered with. Northville with a line change. They go behind the net. Far side, mishandle the puck. Kept in by Burley. Burley tried to center, hit Beatty. He missed. This one's going to go all the way down. Schlegel comes out, plays it. Northville player puts it up in the air with a stick. Burley gets it out of the zone. Northville in the neutral zone brings it into their ON. Cross ice pass missed. And now Northville gets it out. It goes to Burkholder. Burkholder to Conaway. Conaway dumps it in. Conaway, oh, just not able to keep that one in. Carter Humphreys dumps it back in. Conaway lays his man out. Northville with a long pass, touched at the blue line and tipped in. Conaway gets it, goes far side. Oh, man, Carter Humphreys just laid out as he put that puck out of our zone. Burkholder tried to hit Lechtinen, and the Mustangs dump it right back in. Burkholder's got that puck. He reverses to Conaway. Conaway behind the net. He looks. He goes far side. Not out. Shot toward the net. Schlegel. Conaway clears it to the middle. Another shot. Knocked down. Blocked. The Mustangs with some pressure here. It goes back to the point. They go far side. Held in at the blue line. Dumped into the corner. Mustangs with a shot. Schlegel holds on to that. And Conaway with a shove to get the player out of the crease. Still chirping hit Conaway is number 21 of the Mustangs. Oh, a very physical game already. We expected nothing less. Northville's usually got a pretty good team, and it appears they're fast and their passes are on. All right, face-off controlled by Traverse City. Klusterman hit Davidson. Davidson tried to go behind the net. It came off the boards funny. Klusterman plants his man on the boards. Northville able to keep it in. Soper's got it now behind the net. He goes up, not out. Point dumps it right back in. Comes up onto the side of Schlegel. Schlegel puts a glove on it. Klusterman makes sure that the Mustangs stay out of that crease. Oh, we're going to have a good one here tonight. Quick changes for the Trojans. I like it. We've got Burley and White back out there on D now. Peters, Davidson, and Weaver up front. Traverse City controlled that face-off, rimmed it around behind the net, but not out. Second effort by Davidson, played by a high stick. Now the Trojans touch it. Northville picks it up. Centering pass, picked up by Graham Peters. Peters off the boards, nice pass to Davidson. Davidson 2-on-2 with Weaver. Oh, the centering pass knocked down by the Mustangs. Mustangs get it behind their net. They reverse it back behind the net again. And right in front of the Mustang bench, the Trojans send it across and go for a change. Off the high glass, knocked down by White. Now the Mustangs are going to make the zone. Shot blocked by Braden White. Evan Blazak picks it up. He goes behind the net. He hit Fogelman. Fogelman missed Beatty. This one's going to make it all the way down for an icing and come back. Fogelman's pass just out of the reach of Beatty. We'll get Fogelman, Blazak, and Beatty out there with Harvey and Burkholder. Face-off controlled by the Trojans. Harv reverses it to Burkholder. Burkholder hit Fogelman. Fogelman hit Beatty. Beatty able to get it in the zone. The Mustangs looking. Beatty holds his man on the boards. Blazak checks his man. Burkholder should be able to keep this one in. He does. Trojans sniffing. In the corner. Tight battle. Beatty gets hit from behind. No call. Into the middle. Oh, right through the legs of Blazaker. He was all alone in the middle. Burkholder not able to get it out. Harvey's going to pick this one up. Harv reverses. He hits Burkholder. Burkholder goes far side to Treadway. Treadway gets checked off the puck. Lehtinen dumps it in. Lehtinen hits his man. They go back to the point. Oh, Kloosterman was racing in. He's just not able to get to it. Rodenroth to Kloosterman. Kloosterman to the center. Lechtinen's got it. He looks. He dumps it deep. Behind the net. They battle. Rodenroth's got it. Rodenroth looks. He hits Lehtinen. Lehtinen goes to the middle, but nobody there. Oh, Kloosterman went down. Soper's got to race back. The Mustangs get a shot. Schlegel with the save. Woo! Shots on goal, a little bit lopsided. 5-0 in favor of the Mustangs. 0-0, 11-11, first period. All right, Lehtinen takes the face off. He wins it. Burley gets it to the point. We get it out. Treadway's got it. He's got 1 minute to beat. He gets a shot. Goalie saw it coming. He was able to get it. Treadway gets hit. Couple of hits on Treadway. Burley with a good stick work, but it bounces right onto one of the Mustang players. He takes a shot. Schlegel saw that all the way. It's in his gear. He hangs on tight. We get a face-off. Shots on goal, 6-1 in favor of the Mustangs. 10:50, first period. Conaway and Harvey out there on defense. Conaway's got the puck. He gets pinned on the boards. He tries to go behind the net. Holds on. Keeps the Mustang player away from it. Chips it up toward the line and out. Weaver by himself. He gets a shot. Oh, save. Rebound. Very physical game. Conaway off his foot. Over to Harv. Harv hit. Davidson. Davidson all the way into the goalie. The goalie steers it aside. Davidson races in. Weaver just not able to get to it. Mustangs go cross ice. Peters with a lot of back check. Shot. Hit Schlegel high. Burkholder able to keep. No, that was Davidson able to keep it out. He iced it down. No icing. It must have went off of one of the Mustang players. Whoo! That was a good one. Shots on goal, 7-2. Still in the Mustang zone. Beatty with some good work there. Good stick by Fogelman. Keeps it in. Beatty in front of the net by himself. He goes back to the point. Klusterman goes this side to Soper. Soper just inside the net. Evan Blazak got smacked. It looks like there's going to be a penalty. Now the Mustangs will touch it. We get a whistle. They are going to the box. Cross check in front of the net. Blazak got smoked. And at 9:31 first period, we'll go on the power play. Shots on goal 7-2, not really representative of the game. We've had some pressure. We just haven't had as many shots as the Mustangs have. The Mustangs have 7, but several of them for the point. Schlegel saw them all the way. I'm sure he's catching his breath. He's been a little busy. Face-off won by Traverse City. Fogelman. Fogelman to Davidson. Davidson looks. Settles it down. Shot toward the net. He scores! Davidson with a goal! He looked. He had done traffic in front of the net. He put it in. Far side. Great shot! Woo! Your Trojans go up 1-0. 9:23 first period. Third shot on net. I must be doing all right. I got my girl Allie laughing at me. Heck, I got my cameraman laughing so hard he can barely swing the camera. All right, face off. Controlled by Northville. They go far side. They dump it in. Klusterman's leg. He goes high glass and out. Mustangs are offside. Now they catch up. We get it out. Davidson picks it up in the neutral zone. He comes in, he shoots. Oh, he was going for the far side of the net, just missed. Soper with a shot toward the net. Off of the goalie, rebound out. Northville picks it up. Traverse City going for a line change. Northville brings it in. They go behind our net. Klusterman was going to shellac the Mustang player, which Fogelman gets tripped down. Oh, they're not going to give us a second one. Fogelman totally got tripped, splitting the defense. No call. .838 first period, shots on goal 4-7. Your Trojans up by 1. White and Burley out there. The puck comes back right in the middle of the two of them. Neither one could get to it. Burley picks it up, hits Fogelman. Fogelman's going to tip it in, beats his man. Oh, tried to center, but missed it. Shot! Oh, just missed the net. That was Evan Blazak. What a great chance. Another centering pass. Oh, Beatty got taken down, and there's going to be another penalty on Northville. Traverse City has really got Northville scrambling right now. I told you the shots on goal were not representative of the game. We're just playing our game tough, really sticking in there. 2 penalties in the first half of the first period for the Trojans. So at 8:17, we'll go right back to the power play. Klusterman, Fogelman, Peters, Weaver, Davidson out there. Fogelman to Davidson. Davidson back to Fogelman. Fogelman's got a little room. He goes far side. Oh, he just missed Peters. Back to the point. Klusterman goes far side to Fogelman. Fogelman looks, he shoots off of the goalie's chest. High stick. Got touched by Northville, so now Traverse City picks it up. Davidson looking. He's skating around, he shoots. Goalie saw that one all the way. Davidson had Fogelman behind him. Peters has got it. He's setting it up. Very patient by the Traverse City Trojans. Oh, Peters with a shot, and we scored! We scored! Peters set it in front. 2 Trojans clean up the mess. It was Weaver with his first goal of the season. Put it in. Trojans up by 2, 7:37. 2 power play goals. Shots on goal, 7-7 now. Oh, the Northville crowd is stunned. All right, Face off, controlled by Northville. Burkholder able to keep it at the line. He gets it out. Fogelman picks it up. He sends it off the boards. It goes all the way down, no icing. The Mustangs are able to get it out. Pass Burkholder. Oh, 3-on-1. Conaway by himself, centering pass. And the Mustangs score. Conaway got hit behind the net late. He kept it together. Took a couple of checks. So it's 7-12 first period. We've got a 2-1 game in favor of the Trojans. Shots on goal now 8-7 in favor of the Mustangs. Face off, controlled by the Mustangs. They get it in towards Schlegel, far side of the net. White able to knock it down. Northville trying to control it. Caden Rodenroth got it up to Lehtinen. Lehtinen got it out. Northville dumps it right back in. White hit Burley. Burley hit Rodenroth, but Rodenroth gave it up. Centering pass deflected by Lehtinen. Burley kicks it with his foot to Humphreys. Humphreys was double teamed, not able to get it out. Now it goes to the near side point. They shoot, steered away by Schlegel. White tipped it to Lehtinen. Lehtinen goes up the boards, and Rodenroth with the nice tipping out of the zone. Northville will pick that puck up in the neutral zone. Lehtinen hit his man, knocked him off the puck. It goes from Kloosterman to Soper. Soper up, rimmed around, and now Northville will pick it up at the point, high off the glass, clept in by Kloosterman. He takes a hit, but Rodenroth there to pick it up. Oh, a quick shot. That was Weaver. Goalie just got there. We pick up the rebound. Kloosterman steps in and keeps it in. Lehtinen pinned against the boards. Kloosterman able to keep it in again. Now the Mustangs get it out. 5:42, second period. Weaver flattens one of the Mustangs as he dumped it in. Mustangs through the neutral zone, bring it in. Weaver pins his man on the board. Soper there to help him. Peters picks it up, goes behind the net. He's going to set it up. Long pass to the blue line. Now we go east-west to the boards. The defenseman was not anticipating the line change. Harvin Burkholder on D now. The Mustangs come up with it. Through the middle. Shot right into Schlegel's emblem. Held on to. We get a whistle. 5:03 first period. Score of the game. 2-1 in favor of the Trojans. Shots on goal 8-9 in favor of the Mustangs. Pretty good game so far. The Trojans look good. Very physical game. Controlled by the Mustangs. Knocked down by the Mustangs as Burkholder tried to flip it out. Mustangs back to the point. They go to the far side. They dump it into the corner near side. Blazak beats everybody there. He looks, goes up to Beatty. Beatty not able to control. Now Fogelman with a quick tip stick dumps it out, and the Mustangs pick it up in their zone. They go through the neutral zone. Pass intercepted by Beatty. Beatty up the boards. Beatty still with it. Beatty avoids a hit. The Mustangs take control of the puck. Mustangs come across their blue line, red line pass. They bring it in off sides. We get a whistle. 4:13 first period. Trojans up by 1. 2-1 score. Shots on goal 8-9 in favor of the Mustangs. Burley and White on D. Treadway. Rodenroth and Lehtinen out there. Into the corner. They battle. Here we go. Treadway. He's got one man to beat. Oh, he just loses it. and Northville just tipped it out. We pick it up in the neutral zone, dump it right back in. Off the boards, not a very good chip off the boards, right to Treadway. It bounced over his stick. The goalie put a glove on it. We're going to get a whistle in the Mustang end, left side of the Mustang goalie. 3:44, first period, shots on goal, even at 9. Score of the game, 2-1 in favor of your Trojans. Face off. Out by the Mustangs, dumped right back in by the Trojans. We check up on side. What was the whistle for? Referee made a mistake. It was on sides. He let him know we're going to have a face-off in the middle of the ice. So we'll get a line change. White and Burley. Davidson, Peters, and Weaver out there. Face-off controlled by the Mustangs. They go back into their zone. Long pass, just past the red line. Tipped in. White misses the check. Trojans with a lot of pressure, but not able to clear it. White goes to Burley. Burley off the boards. Burley looks. Now he let it, went through his feet. Burley blocks the centering pass. It goes behind the net. White steps in there. It goes all the way to the point. Point to the far side. Shot toward the net. Spin around. Schlegel saw it all the way. Steered it into the corner. The Mustangs pick it up. White with a stick. Mustangs back to the point. Far side, near side. Davidson pressured. All they could do was dump it into the corner. White still on his man. White looks gassed. He's been skating hard. Burley picks it up. He's got a little bit of time. He flips it toward the middle. And now Weaver chipped it in. We got a line change quick. We let the Mustangs walk in. Burley blocked the shot. Burley picks it up. Burley backhands it off the glass. This one will go all the way down to the middle of the circles where the Mustangs pick it up. Beatty comes in. Picked up by Klusterman in the middle. He's got to wait for his line to check up. He tried to dump it. Picked up. Fogelman brings it out. Mustangs dump it right back in. We dump it out. Mustangs dump it right back in. Klusterman picks it up behind the net. Goes to Soper. Soper high off the glass and out. The Mustang defenseman couldn't hold it in. They check up, and we tried to dump it, but not. One of the Mustang players jumped the line as the puck bounced, and we get another whistle. Score, 2-1. Trojans up by 1. Shots on goal, 9-9. If you're just tuning in, very physical game. 1:32 left in the first period. All right, face off. Neutral zone. Controlled by the Mustangs. Dumped in behind our net. Burkholder's going to chase that down. He's on defense with her. Burkholder fades off a check. It goes to Beatty. Beatty holds his man off. No icing. It was touched by one of the Mustangs. It goes all the way down behind the net. Fogelman races in. They reverse it behind the net. Now they're going to get it out into the neutral zone. Blazak missed his check. But the Trojans were able to take it off his stick. Oh, but not out. Oh, another shot. Schlegel doesn't know where it is. Burkholder puts it in his pants. We get whistles. The Trojans clear the net. Oh, the Mustangs are not happy. 52.8 seconds left, first period. One of the Mustangs goes off with a broken stick. And if his parents are buying sticks, they're not very happy either. I'm not sure what the two referees, they're discussing where the face-off's going to be. It's going to be to the right of Schlegel in the Traverse City end. 52.8 left. They got 2 shots on goal on that rush. Schlegel saw the first one. Second one, he had no idea where it was. Burkholder put it in his pads and kept it there. Chipped up by Davidson, but not out. Davidson pinned his man on the boards. Peters picks it up. He goes to Burkholder. Caught Burkholder out of position. Mustangs centering pass went right through all the way to the far side. They chip it in again, knocked down by Peters. Peters hard off the boards, but not out. Kept in by the point. They go back to the point. Far side, middle of the circle, blocked by Harv. Oh, Harv got slew-footed. No call. We'll take the icing with 11.8 seconds left. I mean, Harv was just standing there, and the Mustang player took his feet out from behind. Both refs looking at him. I don't understand that non-call. Interference, tripping. All right, face off, kind of held up at the dot. I think that Burley's just going to try to eat time. Beatty dumps it out, 1 second left, and we get a buzzer. At the end of the first, Trojans up by 1, 2-1, shots on goal, 9-11 in favor of the Mustang. 2 power play goals for your Trojans. I'm going to try to run down and talk to Coach. Coach, heck of a first period. I think the game's been really, really physical, but we've been just as physical. I didn't think the original shots on goal represented the way we were playing. 2 great power plays. What do we got going second period?
Well, I think, a little bit of a slow start there, and they were buzzing us, but I thought once we get our legs underneath us, and obviously the 2 goals on the power play gives you a little bit of a boost. And, we made a bad read on the play they made to the wall there. We had just got done talking about it. And we didn't play it the right way, gave up the odd man rush, and they scored. But, that stuff happens. So we gotta keep playing hard here. Another good opponent, ranked opponent. So if you're a guy that plays hockey, this is probably just another day at the office. But if you're a hockey player, you loved us.
Coach, I get excited pretty easily. This has been a good one so far. What do you got for the second period? What do we got to do different?
Well, I think we're hanging on to the puck a little bit too long. I mean, we had guys that were open, and we're dusting it off a couple times and then trying to make the play, and the passing lanes don't stay open very long, and so it's like you got to move it. And we talk about putting it in a good spot so your teammate can make his next play. So we got to move the puck quicker. I'd like to see us a little bit harder on the forecheck and not give their D time to run that wrap around, because they wrap pucks and then they want to kick it to the middle because they're flooding the zone. And we had to be a better job making that adjustment. But yeah, good effort so far. So I think it's going to be a good game.
Coach, I'll be back at the end of the second. Thanks again for your time. I love it.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, we're back for the start of the second. Looks like we're going to have Soper, Kloosterman, Weaver, Peters, and Davidson to start the second. Trojans with a little bit of a slow start, picked it up quite a bit. About halfway through the first, forced a couple of penalties, and capitalized on both power plays. All right, face off. Dumped in by the Mustangs. We get it out. They pick it up back in the neutral zone, go far side. Dumped into the corner. Off of Soper. Oh, Soper hit Weaver, and it bounced right to the middle. I'm getting all excited and blocking my camera, man. And now the Trojans will bring it into the Mustang zone. They go behind the net. Kloosterman almost able to keep that in. Evan Blazak covered for him on defense. He dumps it back to Kloosterman. Kloosterman goes behind the net. It bounces. Fogelman keeps it in with a foot. Fogelman takes a hit and a half. Stays with his man. And the Mustangs dump it in from the red line. Schlegel puts it behind the net. Burley looks. Burley goes back behind the net. Hits Kloosterman. Kloosterman's got time. He goes off the boards, but not out. Still not out. And the Mustangs bring it back in. They get a shot toward the net. Off of one of the Trojan players and wide. Back to the point. They dump it into the corner. Try to center. Kloosterman able to knock that down. Evan Blazak tried to go off the boards, a little bit too high into the Mustang bench. We get a whistle. 15:28, second period. Shots on goal, 9-11 in favor of the Mustang. Score 2-1 in favor of the Trojans. 2 power play goals. All right, Lehtinen to take the face-off. Face-off controlled by the Mustangs, back to the point. Shot toward the net, glove down by White. Picked up by Humphreys, poked off his stick. White dumps it toward the point, now it's out. Lehtinen took a smack and a half in front of the Mustang bench. Mustangs have the puck. They had 2 men coming, tried to center, but I believe that was Lehtinen that knocked down the pass. Now Lehtinen in their end. Goes to Rodenroth. Rodenroth toward the net, off of the legs of the Mustang player, number 12. Humphreys tried to center. Mustangs pick up the puck. They try to get it out. It goes right to White. Burkholder hit behind the play. Mustangs able to get it out. Burkholder hits his man, but leaves White one-on-one. Shot blocked by White. Humphreys in front of the net. Humphreys stays on his man. White picks it up again. White hard off the high glass and out. Nice play by White. Mustangs in the neutral zone. Tipped in over White's stick. Burkholder goes for it. He goes to the point and out. Good look by Burkholder. In the Mustang end, they go behind the net. That was Weaver with a lot of pressure. Conaway's going to chase this one down, but it should be an icing. It is. And we get a whistle. I think that White will probably complete the line change. And we'll have Harv and Conaway out there. Face off, won by the Trojans. Davidson puts it into the corner. Weaver pressures his man. Conaway keeps it in on the boards. Davidson backed him up. They go far side all the way around. This should be another icing. Why is that no icing? Oh man, the pass comes out to the middle. Davidson was able to keep it away from the Mustangs. Peters messed with. Now Weaver checks his man off the puck. Tries to sell. Oh, we're going to get a penalty now. Slashing call. I believe that's on the captain, Graham Peters. So we'll get Fogelman, Blazak, Burley, and White out there on the penalty kill. First PK for the Trojans, 13-12, second period, up by 1. Mustangs control the puck. They set it up in the middle. They hit the bumper. Bumper tried toward the net, steered aside. Now Fogelman tips it off the boards. He's got one man to beat. Fogelman at the circle, shoots. Wise, he's going to speed around the net and get back into the penalty kill. Mustangs go far side, or near side by me. They go to the middle. Far side boards. Shot! Inside wide. And the Mustangs just able to keep it in. Blazak keeps everybody outside. Fogelman steps in. This will go to White. White gets in front of his man. And a quick chip by Burley is going to go quite a ways down the ice. And the Mustangs will pick it up and try to bring it right back in. They get in our zone. Weaver pressures his man, pins him on the boards. They go to the corner. White with a good check. Mustangs behind the net. They tip it up to the corner, go far side. Far side can't handle the pass. He spins. Weaver stays with him. They go back to the point. Near side point. Far side corner shot. Great save by Schlegel. Not able to clear. They go back to the point. Boards far side. Weaver gets back in his spot. Schlegel with a stop. Northville just not hitting the net. Thank goodness. White trying to clear the net. Shot. Oh, from where I was standing, Schlegel had no prayer. White and one of the Northville players with a perfect screen. And Schlegel never saw it. Not even, he had no chance. So at 11:23, second period. Score of the game, 2-2. Shots on goal, 13-10 in favor of the Mustangs. Humphreys, Lechtonen, and Rodenroth out there with Burkholder and Soper. Mustangs control the puck in the neutral zone. They bring it right back in. Shot towards Schlegel. Out of his reach. Burkholder sends it up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth gets flattened, but he clears the zone. Lechtonen chases the Mustang player down. He loses an edge and goes down. Mustangs through the middle. Picked up by Rodenroth. Rodenroth gave it up. Shot off Schlegel's blocker. High in the air. Glove down by the Mustang player. Soper looking for a penalty there. The Mustang player pretty much punched him in the head. Burkholder hits Humphreys. Humphreys goes up. Rodenroth not able to handle. Burkholder around one man. Nice play. Burkholder's going to get, oh, he turned in. Now he takes the shot. Oh, Humphreys just a tad out of reach of that puck. He swiped at it, but the goalie got the glove on it before he could actually get it. So we'll get a wholesale line change. We're going to see Peters, Davidson, and Weaver out there with Conaway and Burley on the back end. 10:29, second period. Tie game at 2. Face off. Controlled by the Trojans. Burley able to keep it in at the point. A lot of pressure. Chipped. Conaway will get it now. Conaway dumps it toward the net. It goes in on the near side, out on the far side. Burley pins his man on the boards. Trojans dump it right back in. Off the boards, kept in by the Trojans. Centering pass by Weaver to Peters, just missed. Wow, Peters took a high elbow to the head, no call. Very physical game, and Northville getting away with a lot. Shot toward the net, off the outside. Davidson to the point, kept in by Peters. Shot off the goalie's pad. Rebound, blocked by the Mustang player. Beatty able to keep it in. He races behind the net for it. He sends it to Burley. Burley keeps it in. He dumps it back to Beatty. Beatty looking. Everybody backed up. Centering pass off the goalie stick. Now, the Mustangs able to get it out. They send it all the way down to our goalie. Conaway takes it from the goalie. He looks, fumbles the pass. Now he gets it. Fogelman through the neutral zone and in. Fogelman gave it up to the Mustang center. And now Burley just checks his man. The Mustang's able to get it out. Fogelman tipped off his stick right to Burley. Burley backs up. Burley looking for Conaway. Burley pinned on the boards. Burley comes off. It comes out right to, oh, Fogelman missed the pass. Mustangs are going to bring it right back in. Shot from a centering pass, went wide of the net. Now it comes to Beatty. Beatty tried to hit Blazak. Conaway stares off his man, keeps him in the corner. They go back. Now Blazak pins his man on the boards. Conaway, second man in, able to get control and gets it out. It goes all the way down. We go for a wholesale line change. We better hurry up. The Mustangs saw it. Oh, great play by Klusterman. He made it back, intercepted the long far side pass. And I think the Trojans have decided if the refs aren't going to call the hits on them, then they're going to start hitting back. All right, Lechtinen able to get it out. Kicked up by Rodenroth. Now it goes in. Mustangs right back in the neutral zone. 2-on-2 here. Harv and Klusterman shot toward the net. Steered aside by the stick of Schlegel. Their point stepped in. Centering pass. Schlegel right there. Schlegel with a second save. Schlegel with a great game so far. Shot toward the middle. Off the bar. Another slap shot. Stopped by Klusterman. He sets it up behind the net. Goes right up the middle. Hits about 3 players and goes into the Mustang zone. Mustangs with some pressure there. Klusterman pins his man on the board. Lechtinen dumps it in, takes a hit and pays the price. We line change, Mustangs bring it out. White has to get back, shot, Schlegel, stop. Second shot, stop, behind the net. Peters gonna pick it up. Tipped up to Weaver off his stick, but into the zone. They go around far side. White's going to try to keep it in. It comes out, but Peters picks it up, dumps it in. Goes off of a Mustang player and into the net. .629, second period. Score of the game 2-2. The rush by the Mustangs in the last couple minutes has put them ahead in shots, 17-13. Face off, taken by Blazak. Back to White in the neutral zone. White avoids a check. High stick. Who got the high? Oh, come on. They called White for high sticking. It must have been when he avoided the check. His stick must have come up. I missed it. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Ugh. I'm confused. We have 5 players out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they gave the penalty to... They gave the penalty to them. I thought I saw White go to the box. All right, I'm confused. Bad angle. All right, so on the power play, we've got 2 power play goals. Let's get another. Puck controlled by Graham Peters. He looks, centering pass to Weaver. Weaver missed, but it goes to Klutzman. Klutzman off the pads of the goalie. Peters has got it again. He's setting it up. He goes back to Klutzman, just out of his reach. Mustang's not able to clear. Klutzman dumped it in behind the net. Davidson rides off a check. Weaver in there to help him. Comes out with the puck. He goes toward the net. Shot, just missed. Fogle will be able to keep it in at the point. He dumps it up. Not a very good dump. And Klusterman picks it up right at our blue line, heads right back in. Nice zone. Davidson. Klusterman dumps it deep. We got nobody down there. Blazak races in. Now it comes out. Rodenroth picks it up. We go for a change. Rodenroth brings it in. Nice move to miss the check shot. High off the goalie and into the net. Nice move by Rodenroth at the blue line to make the zone. I think he stung the goalie. He's out of his net. 4:57, second period, tie game, 2-2. 37 seconds left in the power play for the Trojans. Soper and Burley on the rear end. Rodenroth, Blazak, and Beatty. Beatty to Blazak, Blazak to Beatty. Mustangs intercept the pass, get it out. Soper will pick that up right at our blue line. He looks, he goes up, hits Rodenroth. Rodenroth builds up some speed. He hit Burley. Burley steps in. Burley goes behind the net. He's looking. He sends it to Beatty. Beatty to Soper. Soper, oh, he had the far side wide open. Now it goes to the far side. Beatty and Blazak raced after it. Mishandled by, kept in by Soper. Soper with a shot. Oh, the rebound, Beatty, it went through his legs. He had a wide open net if he got that on his stick. Sent toward the net, the goalie gloves it, we get a whistle. 4:07 left in the second period. Shots on goal now, 17-17. Tie game. I told you, it's a pretty darn good game, pretty even. Woo, baby. All right, why we got a break before this face-off? If you text me between the second and third period, I'll call you out. 616-262-6115. All right, Trojans dump it into the Mustang end. They send it behind the net. Weaver tried to chase it down, and the Mustang's able to break it out. Kogan sends it in for the Mustangs off of Schlegel's stick and into the netting. We get a whistle. This face-off will be to the right of Schlegel. Graham Peters take the face-off. Went back to the Mustangs, but we rushed them and they weren't able to control it well. 3 Trojan players fight for it on the boards, and the Mustangs still come away with it at our blue line. Mustangs run it around. It goes back to the point, far side. They go to the near side, then back to the far side along the boards. White hit Burkholder. Burkholder battles. Play was out of my sight. No icing on this. We're going to get a couple players change. Why that's not an icing, I don't know. Nobody touched it. Blazak battled for that. Burkholder got it up to Fogelman. Fogelman comes in. He sends it across. Shoots toward the net. Blocked by the Mustang player and out. Klusterman races to it. He's got a little bit of time. Not that much. He gives it up right behind the net. Now Klusterman battles. He comes out with it. He tried to go off the glass, but it actually hit one of the stanchions and back in the ice. We get a whistle. 2:28, second period. Shots on goal even at 17. Score of the game even at 2. Pretty darn exciting hockey game so far. A lot of fans in the stands. All right, we get some player changes. Soper and Burley out there. Burley's got it. He sent it back toward Beatty. Beatty got hit, gives the puck up. Mustang centering pass. Knocked down by Blazak. And Fogelman dumps it in, takes a hit at the boards. The Mustang player's helmet comes off. Well, the Mustang players like the after the whistle shots. Burley took one right in the chin there. 2:08, second period. Again, that number 616-262-6115. Shoot me a text. Tell me your name. I want to know who's watching. All right, Conaway and Klusterman on D. Blazak, Fogelman, and Beatty. Rimmed around. Conaway, not. Actually, the Mustang player got there. This should be an icing. What? The referee, did he blow the whistle? He put his hand in the air and said icing, but he blew the whistle after. So there were two really hard hits there. Traverse City thought it was an icing. Referee just went to the Trojan bench and said, sorry, my fault, threw his whistle away and pulled another one out of his pocket. I hate it when my whistle goes faulty. 1:57, second period. Shots on goal even at 17. Tie game. Klusterman loses it at the point. Conaway races back to pinch off. Klusterman races back to make sure his man doesn't have an even shot. Conaway steps off the net, forces the play outside. They go to the middle. Shot off of the glove. Conaway chases that one down and goes in front of the net. Whoa, Schlegel with a great save. Into his glove. He knew he had it. He cupped it, held on tight. We get a whistle. 1:33 left, second period. That counted for a shot on goal for Northville. That puts them up by 1 at 18. Tie game. I'll be happy. We just got to make it out of this period tied. All right, sent up to Weaver. Weaver missed it. Oh, centering pass by Davidson. Just touched with the tip of the stick. And the Trojans dump it in. The Mustangs get to it first. Burkholder and Burley switch sides. Mustangs able to get it out, but not a very good play. Burley's got to race back. He does, off the boards. And we get it out. Evan Blazak beats one man. Centering pass. Oh, it was just behind Fogelman. Now it comes to Soper. Soper takes the late hit. We dump it back in. Oh, Soper was just off the line. It comes out, he dumps it back in. 27 seconds left, second period. Chipped up into Soper's glove. Soper and one of the Mustangs race for it. Soper wins that battle. And Burkholder comes out with it. He hits Peters. Peters off the high glass, takes a hit. 7 seconds. Mustangs dump it in off of one of our sticks. That'll do it for the period. All right, shoot me a text, 616-262-6115. I'll call you out. I'm going to go talk to Coach, and then right after Coach, I'm going to talk to the AD, Justin Thorrington, about making the call on letting us play today in a blizzard. Pretty physical second period, Coach. I expected nothing less. What did you see in that second period?
No, I mean, it's going to be all in our forecheck. You know, we got to get people on the puck quickly, keep our third forward high, because it's hard rim bump to the middle every single time, and they're doing it early. It's easy to read that way. We got to put more pressure on their D-men, because to me they don't look like they want to handle the puck. So we got to get on top of people. Same thing. Now we're down to a 17-minute game. So
it is a 17-minute game now. Again, it's been exciting. Shots on goal. They're only up by 1. They got their second goal on the power play. We've got 2 on the power play. What do we got to do to stay out of the box? I know it's real physical. I'm seeing late hits and actually some punches thrown after the whistle. What do we got to do?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not calling some of the stuff they're not calling, but we just have to be smart. You know, we can't get goaded into taking bad penalties, and you know our diamond was little out of whack there on that power play goal, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I like us 5-on-5, and we got to stay that way, and just try to turn it up a notch here for the third.
Yeah, the power play goal by them was rough. Where I was standing, White was trying to clear the net. He was doing a good job at it, but when the guy shot, both White and the player were right in front of Schlegel, who, by the way, I think has played an outstanding game. They just had traffic in front of the net, and we know as hockey players that scores goals.
Yeah, we got to help him out too, right, Carter? I mean, we try not to handle the puck in front of your own net, especially on the kill. Just swipe it to a safe area, in the corners to the sideboards where we can turn it into a 50-50 puck and race for it. And, we got caught like that, guys trying to handle it in front. And, you just got to make the smart play and get it to a good spot.
Excellent, Coach. I appreciate your time again. Go get them.
Thank you.
Quick interview. I've got the Trojans athletic director, Justin Thorrington, with me too. Justin, I was really worried. We're in the middle of a blizzard. You drove here today. The weather's not very good, but hockey's a different breed. I asked you a little bit earlier what the process is for calling a game or a tournament like this. How did it go to make sure we got to play tonight?
Yeah, and typically it's a little different because we're like in session. We're on break, right? So like people are vacationing everywhere, but conversations actually started last evening with, so typically it's a TCAPS administrator, like downtown administrator, district level administrator that makes the decision on whether to cancel school or whether to allow practices, whether to allow events, right? And so, I think that they probably, if it was anything but hockey, it probably would have been canceled. But they know that we, as you mentioned, hockey is a different breed. But like we've got teams from all over the state and the Midwest, right? With Toledo coming up, and in communication with those schools, they'd all still planned on coming, and some were already up here as well, right? And so, they've got probably thousands of dollars invested in a weekend like this, and our district just said, you know what, we've got time to monitor. Time was on our side, and that they made the call on some events, by 1 p.m., but we can continue to monitor, right? And so, just advocated to allow the tournament to go on, and that the teams are here, and that obviously participation in athletics is optional anyway, right? And so, kind of to your point, as we talked on off mic, if families want to make that decision that it's unsafe, absolutely, we totally understand that as well. So happy to be here. Happy we're hosting again. I think everyone's relieved that we're here. So
Justin, you sit up here in the box with me for this game, and you know how excited I am. I'm so glad we got to play the tournament. It's been a heck of a hockey game so far.
Great game.
Tied at 2. We got 17-minute game now. What do you think's going to happen in the third?
Oh, I don't like to predict the uncontrollable. Results are uncontrollable, but I like the way we're playing. I think we continue to get shots on net. They're a dangerous team, obviously. Like they're
Very physical.
very physical team, but I think we're also physical as well. Like I just, one of the things that our athletic department, our kids, and our athletic department, we try to gain a little bit of a competitive edges in the weight room, right? And it's part of our culture and part of what we do. Whether you're the hockey team or the football team or girls basketball or whatever, like we're running all these athletes to the weight room every single school day, and I think that we can go toe to toe anyone physically. If you want to talk about strength and conditioning and athletic ability, we'll go toe to toe with anyone. So
Well, Justin, I appreciate it. I'm right there with you. When our team's clicking, we're clicking, and I think at the end of the second there, they were getting away with a lot of hits, and our boys said, fine, if you're not going to call it, then we'll start hitting back. It looked like
we had some opportunities, a lot of good opportunities as well. So hockey's such a fun sport too.
I love hockey.
Never a dull moment. So it'll be a very, very fun third period.
Justin, thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, the boys have got back on the ice. Getting ready for the start of the third. Very, very close hockey game here. Score 2-2 after 2. 3 power play goals. 2 for the Trojans, 1 for the Mustangs. Shots on goal 17-18 in favor of the Mustangs. I got quite a few texts. I love it. I have Lee Keybomb watching in Detroit. I also have Fritz Heller watching. I'm surprised he's not here. He pretty much lives at an ice rink. The Treadway family watching from Cove Drive. Go Cade. Grandma and Grandpa Conaway. They don't miss a game. Surprise, Arizona. Heck, they got the neighbors over watching. Dave and Lynn Harvey watching. I was sharpening skates today. Dave, you would have been embarrassed by my technique. My Aunt Annette watching in Ludington. She's talking about coming up for a game this week. Grandma Soper from Rochester Hills. She sounds like she might be at center ice tomorrow. The Rodenroth family in Sault Ste. Marie and Nana and Papa in Naples, Florida. I'll call out the rest when we get a break in the action. Face off, dumped into the Mustang end. Peters sends it behind the net. Weavers tries to chase it down. Long pass, tipped off of the Mustang stick, and we get an icing. That'll bring the face-off all the way down into the Mustang end. Looks like it'll be on the left side of the Mustang goalie. White and Burley on D. Weaver, Peters, Davidson up front. 16:42, third period. Heck of a hockey game. Face-off controlled by the Mustangs. As Coach talked about, they rim it all the way around. White dumps it right back in. We check up. Peters goes into pressure. They rim it right back around again. White saw it coming. Weaver dumps it in deep behind the net. They come this way again. Their defenseman gives it up in front of the net, but recovers the fumble. And we got an interference call. Son of a gun on Weaver. Gave him a holding call. Well, that is unfortunate. We'll get Burkholder, Kloosterman, Blazak, and Fogelman out there. 3 of the 4 goals scored in this game have been on the power play. The Mustangs control the puck in our end. They go to the bumper, back to the wall, into the middle, this side wall. Fogelman able to get it out! The Mustang player just beat Fogelman to it, or he was gone. Mustangs in the middle. Fogelman with a little bit of pressure. Slows them down. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the PK. Back to the point. Far side wall. Blazak was able to keep the Mustang player from controlling. A bouncing puck off of Fogelman's stick, not out. Mustangs in the corner on the left side of Schlegel. Kloosterman ties that man up, chases the puck down. Blazak tried to go high off the glass. It hit the net. The face-off will stay in our zone, but it brings it down to 57 seconds left in the PK. This would be a huge kill. I don't know if Insanas are listening, but I got to talk to them over the Christmas break, and they said they enjoyed the video and the commentary. Made me blush. All right, Burley sends it around to Davidson. Off Davidson's stick. Mustangs send it deep. Peters tried to block the shot, not able. Burley able to get it out. He sent it through the neutral zone, and the Mustangs pick it up in the neutral zone with 35 seconds left in the power play. They dump it deep behind the net. Burley chipped it up. He lost his stick, kicked it with his foot. Graham Peters tossed Burley's stick to him, and Burley caught it. The Mustangs taking their time, going for a line change through the neutral zone. They come far side. They bring it in. Burley chases it down. Good defensive posture. Does not allow the Mustangs to control it. They dump it. Now Burley. Oh, excellent! He got Weaver out of the box. Weaver's out of breakaway. Weaver shoots. He just missed. Oh, the goalie made a great save. Weaver had a breakaway. The Trojans able to set a shot. We scored! We scored! Weaver gets it! Weaver got the goal! Right out of the box! Weaver had a breakaway, and then he gets the goal! What a heads-up play by Graham Peters to smack Weaver with the puck. The goalie made a great save. We kept the pressure going. The forecheck was phenomenal, and Weaver was able to send it into the back of the net. 13:55 left in this period. Conaway high off the glass, out into the middle. Mustangs try to dump it back in. Evan Blazak stops that. Beatty sends it in. Wow, there's a couple of slaps by the Mustang player. Hit Beatty right in the face with a stick. This is, like I said, Conaway with a good clear. Spun around, got it out. Harv dumps it in from between the red line and the blue line. We'll get an icing. Beatty was all tied up with the player that slapped him in the head. No calls there. Shots on goal, 19-19. Traverse City up by one. One even strength goal and 2 power play goals. Lehtonen lost his footing. Trojans not able to get it out. Second effort into our bench. They're going to call the face-off in our zone. I got Xander's Gamma and Aunt Mary watching from Brownstown, Woodhaven. Go Trojans. Judy Casino, I hope I pronounced that right. The other one who's trying to listen on her shift, my daughter Vicky in Dudley, England. She's got the night shift. And she's trying to listen when she can. Go Vicky. All right. We got an icing call. The face-off will be in our end to the right of Schlegel, who's been phenomenal. Kloosterman sends it around to Peters. Peters goes right to Davidson. Davidson gets smacked on the boards, bounces off, picks the puck up again, goes far side to Kloosterman. Kloosterman hit Peters. Peters, oh, they waved off the icing. How do you like that? A call in our favor. Shot from Peters toward the net, blocked by one of their players. Davidson picks it up, steered aside by the goalie. It's in front of the Mustang bench, so we send it toward our net. Wow, the Mustang players, I don't know, did you see that one, Josh, where he just slashed Weaver right in front of the net after the whistle? Our boys are doing a good job. Coach talked about no stupid retaliatory penalties, and I got to give our boys credit. We're doing good so far. All right, face off, controlled by the Trojans, dumped in. Mustangs pick it up at the goal line. They go off the boards. This should be an icing. It's going to make it all the way down. It is. 12-19, third period. Shots on goal, 20-19 in favor of the Trojans. Trojans up by 1. Very, very fun to watch hockey game. Fast, physical, and tight. All right, Evan Blazak takes face off. Controlled by the Mustangs. They rim it around like they've done all game. We're starting to figure it out. We got to that puck. They back it this time. Blazak keeps it in, shot into the chest of the Mustang goalie. He hangs on with his glove. We get another whistle. The Mustangs make their line change. Trojans leave our line out. We got White and Burley back. Beatty, Blazak, and Fogelman up front. Mustangs rim it all the way around. White gets in the way. Kicked up by one of the Mustang players. Centering pass not handled. White takes a smack and a half. Actually, that was, yeah, it was White. Took a smack and a half, but made the pass, and we got it all the way down. Mustangs pick it up in their end, go through the neutral zone. White with a good stick. They're offsides. The Mustangs should be offsides, but we got the puck. Fogelman has a head of steam. He goes to the goal line. Centers the puck. It went right off the goalie at the post. Beatty's got it now in the corner. He battles for it. And the Mustangs are able to bring it back down. Mustangs have it behind our goal line. They reverse. Harv and Lehtinen on the Mustangs. Mustangs go to the middle. Now they get a shot. Fanned on the shot. Back to the middle. Shot! Schlegel saw it all the way in his glove. Carter with 19 saves. Well, they've only got 20 shots on the board, but I think they have one more than that. 18 saves. All right, face-off by Graham Peters. Controlled by the Trojans. Klusterman sends it around. Soper able to clear that, but the Mustangs dump it right back in. Klusterman to Weaver. Weaver able to get it out. Weaver's pass, or dump in, intercepted by one of the Mustangs. They dump it back into our zone. Soper knew he was going to get a hit, but made the play. The Mustangs right on the blue line keep it in. It goes into the corner. Klusterman sends it to Soap. Soap to Davidson. Davidson, saw the rush coming and fanned on it, but second effort, Graham Peters able to knock it out. Kept out of the zone by Weaver. He dropped it all the way down, but we were looking for a line change. We'll take it. .9:55 left, third period. Shots on goal, 21-20 in favor of the Trojans. Score of the game, 3-2, Trojans. Evan Blazak gets kicked out of the face-off circle. Fogelman steps in, wins the face-off. Tried to get it out, kept in at the point. Burley gets it. He reverses to Beatty. Beatty's got not enough time, knocked off his stick. He fought hard to knock that down. It comes back to the blue line, but kept in at the boards. Oh, there's a non-call in our favor. Shot toward the net, went off of number 28 for the Mustangs. Beatty's got it. He's got one man with him. Beatty centers off of Fogelman's foot, Fogelman's stick, and then the Mustang player. Oh, Fogelman with a great check. Knocked the player right off. Burley able to keep it into the point. Now Fogelman gets again. He shoots into the glove of the Mustang goalie, and we get a whistle. Wow, the Northville bench is a chirping. I'm not sure what, we did something that caused the face-off to come out of the zone, but no penalty, so I don't care. All right, Lechtonen take the face-off. The Mustangs control it. They send it far side, not a handle. Humphreys races in. Humphreys now kicks it up with a foot. He's got it on his stick. Humphreys with a shot off the goalie's pad. Humphreys was at a bad angle. He's probably got one of the hardest shots on our team. Picked up by Soper, kicked up to Humphreys, into the middle of the ice in the air. Off of the back of Soper, he's grabbing his back, and that must have stung. Now, Rodenroth put it up high on the boards, but one of the Mustang players knocked it down. We rim it around. Mustang defenseman keeps it in the line, puts it all the way behind the net. Now, Humphreys able to clear, but this should be an icing. It is. We get a whistle. 8-10, third period. Score of the game, 3-2 in favor of the Trojans. Shots on goal, 23-20 in favor of the Trojans. I gotta grab a drink of water real quick. All right, face off in our end to the right of Schlegel. Controlled by the Trojans, but not out. Mustangs battle in the corner. They get it back to the point. They go to the near point here. Shot blocked by Conaway. All right, it comes up to Davidson. He goes high off the boards. Glove down. Graham Peters flattens his man at the point, and we clear. Conaway picks it up. Oh, Conaway with an icing call. Settle down, Conaway. Settle down. That's all right. We get a line change. We're eating clock. 7:45, third period, up by one. Shots on goal, 23-20 in favor of the Trojans. Grant Peters takes face off. Kept in with a foot by one of the Mustang players. They go to the outside of the circle. Now, White comes up with it. Oh, great pass to Davidson. Holy mackerel, how did the Mustang player tip that off Davidson's stick? They keep it in, it goes behind the net. The Mustangs pick it up. They flub on the centering pass. Far side point. With a little bit of time, the centering pass is missed. White brings it around. He's pinned on the boards. We're playing the defensive box, just keeping it out to the outside, even though we've got 5 players. Mustangs outside, top of the circle. They go back to the blue line, middle, inside, not handled. Back to the top of the circle, middle, near side point. They go for a one-man line change. Circle, point all by himself, off the post outside, and we're able to clear the puck all the way down. We'll take the icing and get a line change. 6:34 left, third period. My camera girl Allie's biting her nails over there. 23-20, shots on goal in favor of the Trojans. Score the game, 3-2. 3 power play goals, 2 full strength goals. Face off, controlled by Blazak. Klusterman sent it around, harder than Soper expected. Mustangs come up with it. Blazak with a good stop start, and we get it out. Beatty's got the puck over the red line. He shoots at the goalie from just between the red line and the blue line. We race in. Klusterman able to keep it in. He pinched way in. Fogelman went to back him up. Oh, Beatty had the puck behind the goal line, was looking for the centering pass and fanned on it. Mustangs able to get it out here. No icing. And now the Mustangs able to go through the middle at the blue line. Fogelman keeps his man off of it. Centering pass, not handled by the Mustang player. Blazak able to tie his man up. Beatty brings it in the zone. He had 4 guys on him. And now the Mustangs come back. Klusterman and Burkholder back. Mustangs check up. Centering pass, knocked down by Fogelman. The Mustangs not able to keep it in. We clear the zone. Fogelman's going to come up with it. He's got Weaver racing up. Oh, Weaver tried to go off the boards to pass to himself, and he just got too much out of it, and that one went into the bench. 5:07 left, third period. Shots on goal, 23-20 in favor of your Trojans. Score of the game, 3-2 Trojans. Very defensive posture by the Trojans. Graham Peters lines up, wins the faceoff. Burkholder at the red line, dumps it in. Mustangs send it to the far side now. Tip up. Davidson comes up with it. Oh, Davidson's shot out, knocked down by the Mustang player. Mustangs able to keep it in. Shot from the point. Schlegel saw it all the way. Gloved it down. He hangs on tight. 4:51 left in the contest. Trojans up by 1. All right, face off to the left of Schlegel. Oh, Davidson. Not able to give it up. We tip it up. Graham Peters into the net. Face off will be to the right of Schlegel. We ate 10 seconds. 4:41 left, third period. Face off, controlled by the Trojans, but Burley off the boards. It was footed down by the Mustang player. We go back. Burley able to get it to Weaver. Weaver just ices it down. 4:23 left, third period. Face-off will be in the Trojan end. Blazak, Beatty, Soper, Fogelman, Klusterman. Face-off, controlled by the Mustangs. Far side point, tried to dump it in. Klusterman knocked it right down. He chips it out. No icing on this one. Beatty chases his man down. Blazak pins the puck on the boards, kicks it up with a foot. Blazak just working it in the corner. That's the effort we need. Now it comes out right in front of the net. The Mustangs pick it up. Klusterman able to get a stick on it. Not a clean dump in by the Mustangs. Klusterman tried to pin his man. He stopped up. Dumped in. Now Soper will get it. Soper high off the glass. Fogelman able to get it out. Oh, Beatty just missed the pass. He's going to turn to go for a change. Klusterman with a great stick knocks it out of our zone, and the Mustangs have to check up. 3:25 left, third period. Long pass, tipped in at the red line by Graham Peters. What a play. Mustangs bring it back out through the middle. Great block by Conaway. Second block by Conaway. Conaway, oh, he tried to bring it out. He was going to race. Weaver able to get it out. Conaway goes back. Weaver goes up. Two beautiful blocks by Conaway. Puck comes to Conaway. He looks. Nice pass. Tipped in at the red line by Graham Peters. We go for a pretty good line change. I think we got 3 or 4 players there. Behind the net, the Mustangs hold it with 2:45 left. This is a nail biter. One shot game killing me. Brought in front of the net. Oh my God, the Mustangs scored. A fairly innocuous play. The Mustang player cut in front of our net. And a backhander snuck past the goalie Schlegel, who has been outstanding this game. And we have a tie game at 2:34 left in the third period. Shots on goal, 23-22 in favor of the Trojans. Face off, controlled by the Mustangs. Dumped in. Burley takes it behind our net. He backs, goes to White. White hits Beatty. Beatty goes up. Mustang's got a stick on it. They dump it back. White keeps it out of the zone. Dumped in. White gets pinned. Shot blocked. Schlegel with a stick. Now Fogelman's got it. Fogelman hits Beatty. Beatty's got Fogelman with him. Beatty with a move. Sent to the goal. Fogelman with a stick. Puck's loose. They're going after Fogelman, but the puck was loose. Xander, control, don't get a penalty. No penalty. Fogelman with great pressure. Well, the Northville team's got a potty mouth. They're calling it out of the zone again. The referee, I swear we get homered at home more than away. All right, the Mustangs bring it in. Shot off the net, not a play. We get a whistle. Schlegel with a good stick there to knock it out. 1:47 left in the third period. I've got headphones on, and the F-bombs coming from the Northville bench are frequent and loud. Face off, controlled by Northville. Back to the point. Back to the point again. To the wall, dumped into the corner. White's going to race in. He battles. Peters pins his man. Now, Burley brings it up. Tipped by Davidson, out of play. We'll get another whistle, 1:25 left. We'll go for a line change. Klusterman and Soper back. Blazak, Beatty, and Fogelman. Face off. Controlled by the Trojans. Not out. Came off Fogelman's stick. Now Klusterman's got it behind our net. He goes to Soap. Soap hits Fogelman. Fogelman with another soft pass out. Gets knocked down, but Fogelman recovers it. Brings it in. Splits the defense. The goalie picks it up. Fogelman with another late poke. And the Northville team chirping him. But, hey, you play the puck till the whistle blows. 1:03 left, third period, tie game. Shots on goal, 25-23 in favor of the Trojans. Soper and Klusterman, Beatty, Blazak, and Fogelman. Puck rimmed around by the Mustangs. We dump it back in. The Mustangs go high off the glass. Klusterman picks it up. He steps back, looks, does a back spin, goes behind our net. He's going to let everybody set up. Klusterman with a little bit of time. Hit Blazak. Blazak dumps it. And the Mustangs clear it out. No icing. They say it went off one of our players. Klusterman again behind our net. He tried the backspin, but the Mustang player read him this time. Beatty missed the check. They get a shot. Right into the glove of Schlegel with a great save. I'm not sure who had the hit on number 25, but after he made the pass, he got shellacked. All right, we're gonna put out Weaver, Davidson, Burley, Peters, and White. Face off to the left of Schlegel with 16 seconds left. White sends it behind the net. Weaver chips it, not out. Kept in at the point, shot toward the net. Deflected, holy mackerel, by White. He was just trying to put a stick on it. Deflected it right into Schlegel. Schlegel was able to hang on. Holy cannoli, I'm gonna poop a blue pickle. All right, face off to the right of Schlegel with 5.5 seconds left. Grant Peters take this face off. Timeout called by the Northville team. I would not be shocked. They may pull their goalie here.
Yeah. So much.
Sorry, I had to go for another drink of water. I'm not going to be able to talk for 2 days. Both teams at their benches discussing the play. Traverse City trying to figure out the defensive play. The Mustangs trying to figure out the offensive play. That was kind of obvious, wasn't it? Starting to sound like John Madden announcing, you know, if the puck goes into the net, that's a goal. That's how you score goals, when the puck goes across the line. All right, teams step away from their respective benches. Burley, Weaver, Peters, Soper, Davidson. Northville goalie in there, 5.5 seconds. Grant Peters wins the faceoff. It goes all the way back. Held on the boards by Burley. He's just eating time. And we get the horn. One of the Northville players' stick goes flying in the air. I think, do we go straight to shootout? Is that what? Oh, sweet baby. Oh, my stomach is flipping. So Schlegel, who stopped 22-25, is going to have to stand tall here for the shootout. Referee's got his notepad out so he can keep track of the shots. Oh. I just don't have the stomach for this. I cannot be imagining. All right, Northville goes first, number 13. He goes to the far side, blue line. Schlegel way out at the circle. He's backing up slowly. Yeah, Schlegel with the first save. He didn't run up. He stayed right with the Northville player. Gave him nothing. Nothing. Way to go, Carter. All right. Weaver with our first shot. This was a huge one. Weaver builds up a little speed, picks up the puck, comes through the middle at the dot, middle of the circle, shoots! Oh! Off the goalie, trying to go 5-hole, stick straight up into the air into the netting. We'll get number 53 for the Mustangs is their number 2 shooter. He gets the whistle. He comes in, goes to the far side dot. Top of the circle, Schlegel way out. Oh! This guy was able to pull Schlegel off. Schlegel went down, and the puck goes in. All right, this is a big one for Xander Fogelman. Fogelman to take our second shot. We really need this one. Xander picks it up at the dot. He tips it up. He comes in slow. He makes a couple moves. He goes! And he stopped. He tried to pull the goalie, and the goalie just got his leg down. Oh, I feel like I'm going to vomit. All right, number 59 for the Mustangs comes in hot. Schlegel out again at the circle. This guy going cross ice, tries to pull Schlegel. And that's it. Northville wins in the shootout. I don't even know what to say. Shots on goal were even at 25. We ended regulation at a tie. And the Mustangs win it in overtime in the shootout. Oh, what a battle. The boys line up. Players and coaches shake hands. I'm going to sign off. I don't have anything left to say. It all hung out, and there's nothing left. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I have to look at the bracket to see what time, but I'll tell you what, I'll make sure we post it on the YouTube channel. Signing off. Have a great night. Josh, thanks for your help. Justin, thanks for coming out and watching.